Bulking is a process which most people have heard of. It requires a person to eat an increased amount of calories in the aim of achieving weight gain. I've always struggled to put weight on, being the typical skinny kid with a fast metabolism, shoveling as much food down me as possible and still not seeing progress on the scales. Until I started to utilise these 5 tips and witnessed my weight skyrocket along with the amount of muscle I was putting on. So without any more waffle, here are my secrets to gaining weight as a skinny teenager. Okay, so tip number 1 is going to be in whole and natural foods. Obviously this has many benefits such as improved sleep, you'll gain less fat when bulking, and also your skin will be a lot clearer. And an extra special benefit not many people talk about is improved circulation in the areas that matter. Obviously when dirty bulking, you will start to see these type of side effects. So that's why I definitely recommend having a clean diet. One bit of advice when eating clean is not to be too strict on your diet and to treat yourself from time to time. Like for example, if you haven't met your calories and it's quite late, then obviously eating a Krispy Kreme donut is not going to make a difference and you're going to get those calories in. And also you obviously want it to last for a decent amount of time, especially being a teenager bulking, because I feel like being a teenager, there's no point on cutting because you're not going to have a substantial amount of muscle mass to be able to cut down to. So I feel like definitely in teenage years, stay on the bulk, get all that muscle in the early years of lifting, and then when you get to a decent size, then you can cut. Okay, so tip number 2 is going to be doing cardio. Cardio, any type that you like. I feel like this is definitely important, especially when on the bulk. Obviously people might think limiting cardio and limiting the amount of calories you're burning is going to be better. I think in the long term it definitely has a lot of positive effects. Obviously this will mean having more of an appetite afterwards so you can get more food in. Also, when doing low intense cardio, you'll be using more of your fat stores and your glycogen stores, therefore maintaining more of a leaner look when on the bulk. If you start to bulk and you don't do cardio, it's going to make the high volume sets a lot harder. So like when you're doing drop sets, you'll be out of breath and you'll be training more your cardiovascular system more than your muscular system. So I feel like doing cardio will have a knock-on effect and it will make doing those high volume sets a lot easier. Okay, so tip number 3 is going to be meal prepping. Don't be that guy that's in McDonald's on a Sunday evening, down bad, eating his life away. You want to be that guy that's in the kitchen, cooking up, meal prep after meal prep, and he's got his life in check. This will ensure you don't miss any meals and it just makes life 10 times easier because the food's already there, all you have to do is just eat it. Personally, I'd recommend making meal prep for 2 to 3 days in advance because I feel like on that 4th day, the food's just really mushy. And it's just, I don't know, it just gives me a gross vibe just thinking about it. So yeah, me personally, I make it for maximum 3 days in advance, but I hear some people, obviously they do a week in advance. So honestly, it's personal preference, but just for me, 3 days is the maximum. The way I do it is to just stick to easy, simple meals such as chicken and rice because these are easy to make and honestly, they're pretty cheap as well. So make sure to go down to your local Tesco and buy those containers because they are going to be a lifesaver. Tip number 4. I hear people say it all the time, why am I not gaining weight? Because you're not eating enough. If you guys struggle to put on weight like me and have a really fast metabolism, I'd recommend going on an online calculator and working out your maintenance calories and then adding 200 to 300 calories on top of that. Then doing that for a week and weighing yourself. If you see no weight gain after the week, repeating the cycle until you see some weight gain. In doing this, then you'll learn how stubborn your body is to putting on mass, and also you'll know the amount of calories you need to be in an effective surplus for you to bulk and gain a lot of mass. Obviously counting calories can be very tedious, so don't feel too pressured to count every centimetre of food. What I do is just make the same 3 meals for lunch and dinner, knowing what the calories are in each meal and then just repeating the recipe because then you'll know the amount of calories that you're eating without having to calculate it basically, and that's just what I do. Although you are eating the same food, it's just a lot easier. Okay, so the 5th and final tip is getting a job. POV, their one unemployed friend on a Monday afternoon. Nah, but in all seriousness, getting a job is definitely going to help, or some form of income. It will definitely allow you to get those meals in and not have money as a constraint. Now you're probably thinking, how does this have anything to do with bulking? However, the clean bulk is definitely a little bit more expensive, so getting a job is definitely going to help with that, as you're going to be eating more food and not just what your mum makes you. So definitely getting a job is going to allow you to buy those clean foods and hit those calorie goals. An extra little tip is utilising liquid calories, because drinking 1,000 calories compared to eating 1,000 calories is a lot easier, trust me. This is why I have my 1,000 calorie shake in the morning, because it makes life so much easier, especially if you're not a morning person. Because when I wake up, the last thing I want to do is eat a big meal. So definitely drinking calories is the way to go. Also, it's just really easy. You just put loads of ingredients into a blender and boom. What I did was search up an online recipe, just type in 1,000 calorie shake on the internet, and all it is just a shit ton of peanut butter, protein powder, oats, milk, and you're pretty much sorted. Obviously, using liquid calories to your advantage is going to be the way forward. However, you don't want to solely rely on drinking your calories, because eating food is an enjoyable experience, and also you're not going to be training your jawline. Because obviously, mate, eating, it's like, it feels nice. It will definitely help. It will definitely help. It will definitely make you, it will definitely allow you it will definitely allow you to be, so definitely getting a job is going to be able, so definitely getting a job is going to make you a, so definitely getting a job is going to allow you to be able to go to the, so definitely getting a job is going to, so definitely getting a job is going to allow you to, oh my god.
What are you trying to say?
The bottom line. So definitely getting a job is going to allow you to buy those clean foods and, but, okay, so an extra little tip is, an extra little tip is utilising liquid, oh fucking hell mate.